Hello, Nikhil sir. Am I audible?
Hello.
Good evening, Nikhil sir.
Good evening, sir. So we just wait for more 2-3 minutes. We'll add the participant and we'll start the webinar.
Sure, no worries. Just let me know when should I start.
Sure, sir. Definitely.
Thank you.
So it's a group of institutions like Aditya Institute of Management Studies and Research, Aditya College of Architecture, and Aditya College of Design Studies. Under AGI's Mentor Hub, we have provide 3 level of training pattern. At level 1, where we introduce you to different career opportunities available in the industry. At level 2, we connect you with industry experts who would like to speak to you on different specialization of careers you like to join. And at level 3, we introduce you to subject experts, where we will give you free training session on which specialization to choose. So it's a request to all the participants to keep their mic on mute and webcam off during the sessions. And at the end of the session, we have 15 minutes ka question answer session where they can raise their questions in chat box of Zoom chat box section. So please welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Sachin Satose, who is having a 16 plus year of experience in finance industry and currently working as Assistant Vice President at Citicorp Service India Private Limited, who is going to share his expertise with us in today's webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Nikhil sir. So thank you for introducing me. So to give a brief note about what I am doing, as sir has rightly mentioned, 17 years of experience in banking domain. I have been blessed to work with big names like Nomura, JP Morgan, now part of Citibank. During this course of 17 years, I have got an opportunity to work on various domains within investment banking, which are like custodian banking, prime brokerage, actual investment banking, trade processing, back office of it, risk. I have seen how exactly it functions. So today's session, it will be more of my experience sharing than making it very theoretical part. So I believe everyone is looking to build their long-term career in investment banking, as it is a very lucrative career. So without wasting time, just go ahead and let's see what investment bank is all about and what are the current opportunities areas that we have in investment banking where we can actually explore our careers. As you know, you must have gone through this industrial revolution many a times. Industry 1.0 was all about mechanical production using hydroelectric and steam powered engine. Industry 2.0 was introduction of mass production and specialized good using electricity. Industry 3.0 was automation, computers and electronics, which started in early 1970s. This is the phase that we currently at. Industry 4.0, it is all about artificial intelligence, blockchains, robotics, big data. It's all about cyber and physical space. Investment banking is nothing but a service company which provides a variety of products which are basically advisory in nature, and sometimes it is broadly divided into sales side and buy side, where trading of securities of cash and other securities are facilitated. Buy side is typically private equity mutual funds, where investment ideas or investment strategies are built and guidance is provided to the clients, especially in case of mergers and acquisition and all kinds of financial activities. These are typical functions of investment banking, where clients are there and investors are there, and investment bank actually acts as an mediator to fulfill the requirements of a client as well as investor. So investor has excess amount of money which they wish to invest in a business which will multiply or maximize their profits and utilizing their money. Client is the one who has the idea, who has potential to grow, but they need financial support, and this is where investment bank comes in. Sometimes in the form of mergers and acquisitions, sometimes with the market research, and sometimes through trading. So investment can be either through acquiring or merging with different company. Market research provides investment opportunities like private equities can actually invest in some of the companies if market research or the fundamental research and analytical research presents that this company has a good future. Any investor who has excess amount of money would like to invest in a company which has good prospects, not in the area where there is a 50-50 chance or what. So investment banking analyzes everything and advises investors to go ahead with investments which will yield some benefits in future. Trading is exchange trading, where buying and selling of share happens basis various parameters that we will go through in our next slides. As I mentioned, investment banking provides merger and acquisition and advisory services like securities underwriting, where IPOs are raised and underwriting happens. I am not going into detail of each and every aspect of it, because I'm sure that you are already aware of this and you must have already gone through the theoretical part while your curriculum. Asset management is a sponsored investment fund where investment managers or asset managers will take care of the investment funds that are in their kitty. Trading and principal investments, as I mentioned, there is a dealer and there is a broker entity. These are separated. Notable large banks like JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup, Credit Suisse, they all have this kind of investment advisory services in their profile. What are the roles typically investment bank offers? There are front office, which are typically called as revenue generating roles. So revenue generating cost centers that we you already have gone through the curriculum part, and I will not go into the detail of it, but I will just mention what are the roles that are on offer uh, in case of you are looking out for opportunity in investment banking. There are two main areas of front office. One is investment banking and one is markets. Investment banking involves advising organizations like mergers and acquisition, as we just mentioned, and wide variety of capital raising strategies. Market is again the existing shares which are listed on markets, sales and trading, and the research of various companies analysis. Now you must have seen some many of the companies are doing their quarterly reporting, and there are some events that are happening. This event word is typically when the results are announced. Okay, so when results are announced, before that there are certain uh, analysis done, and there are some benchmarks or expectations set for a particular company. To perform this role, there are some skill sets required. One is communication. As I mentioned, more and more technological advances that we have seen in the industry, there will be more demand of communication, where a person has to communicate to client what are the requirements and gather the information from client, what is their end goal of whatever investment they want to make, or whatever share trading that they wish to do. There are certain clients who will look for the short term period. There will be certain clients who will do long term trading. So we have to first analyze what are the requirements of a client. There is no uh, one size fit for all. We have to analyze as per the communication that we have with client, and that's where communication is very key factor or the skill set that is required for front office. Basic knowledge of functions and services of investment bank, uh, which is required, at least the theoretical part you should know, and any organization that you will join, they will initially provide training to you. Corporate finance is again a domain where fundraising like merger and acquisition and security issuance, coordinating with the bidders and negotiating with a merger target uh, is all taken care. Corporate finance helps organization to organization communication, and investment banking acts as a mediator to fulfill the requirement of both the organization which are involved in mergers and acquisition. Industry coverage group. This is a very exciting factor where investment banking have segregated those kind of duties basis sectors. There are particular teams who specially target healthcare sector. There will be some teams which will focus on public finance like government finance. Many of the projects are now PPP, public private participation. FIG like financial institutions group. Industrial wise, TMT, technology, media, and telecommunication, power and energy. So sector wise, there is a segregation so that there will be skilled and trained professionals which will approach this client segment, and there will be higher chances of expertise and domain expertise as well as market expertise, which will help to attract client to investment bank. Again, the basic skill sets that are required are communication, accounting, and product knowledge. Sales and trading. Sales here, it means approaching as an investment bank. We will approach institutions as well as high net worth individuals because they are the end client for investment banking. We will mention it to them that okay, we are an investment banking, these are the products that we are offering, these are the services that we are offering, and we will try to attract them, and we will also suggest them some investment ideas. Trading, whereas actual execution of trade that happens basis directive trading or indirective trading. Directive trading is where client is specifically giving you directives that you have to do this. Yeah, say for example, if my client has an account with me as an investment banker, client directs me today that okay, go ahead and buy 10,000 shares of Infosys at this rate. I will just go ahead and buy the shares. Client gives this is directive trading. Indirective trading is client gives me a kitty of 10 lakh rupees, and they trust me and they tell me that okay, this is my 10 lakh rupees with you, you go ahead and trade on my behalf. Okay. There is a client trading and there is a proprietary trading. Now this is an interesting factor. Client trading is just what I mentioned to you, that client's money is invested by traders of investment bank. We are not the owner of those funds. The client is the final beneficiary or the end beneficiary. Whereas proprietary trading is investment banking have their own setup funds. Utilizing that money, investment decisions are made. The shares and mutual funds and uh, fixed income bonds are bought, and this is called proprietary trading. And there has to be a clear segregation of client trading and proprietary trading. It cannot happen that client's money is used for proprietary trading by an investment bank. Again, the key factors or the key skill sets required for performing these roles are communication and analytical skills. Unless you analyze which are the shares or which are the investment that will make some profits, there has to be a mix of different investment options available, and then accordingly the decision has to be done. Research, financial analyst, budget and cost modeling, determining company's value. Before you invest in any company, say for example mergers or acquisition, we have to decide what is the appropriate or what is the optimum value company has at this point in time, and which will be suitable for the budget of the acquiring company. Future earnings of a project, we have to first, if we have to invest in something, we will make sure that we will look at it, whether that property, whether that in investment instrument will earn something for us in future. Quantitative analysis is to determine the price, manage risk, and identify profitable opportunities. Research also covers credit risk, fixed income, and macroeconomics. Credit risk is the most important thing in current scenario where there is a huge volatility in the market, especially considering COVID and lockdown globally. There will be some credit risk that will arise, and every organization has to be mindful of this before they make any investment decisions, whether for their own funds or for client money. Skill sets again is mathematical ability and analytical skills are required. These are the typical roles that are currently available further in investment banking, like middle office, treasury management, where I just mentioned about banks using their own money for investment purpose. So bank will decide basis their reserves that they have to maximize their profit. They will invest in different options available and try to minimize the risk and gain out of some funds that are currently lying unutilized in their kitty. So this is treasury management. Risk and controls. As I mentioned, we are in a globalized phase. We are in a phase of internet, and so is the risk. The more of the internet penetration, more of the technology being used, there is high risk. And every organization, for the term banking means I bank on you, I trust you. So the very first fundamental of any banking institution is trust of a customer. We have to make sure that our risk and controls are so much meticulous that client does not feel that my money is at risk at any given point in time. So risk and controls, we will go in detail further. uh, is very key role nowadays in investment banking, or rather in any banking domain. Corporate strategy, where most of the strategies are that are made, like you must have seen some discussions or messages going to and fro, especially amid COVID. Many organizations have opted or forced to do work from home, and now there will be a paradigm shift where instead of having office work, there will be more of roles that will be done through remote locations. That will actually open up opportunities, because people who are from remote locations, they can join an organization virtually, and they can work from their own native or hometowns, and they can contribute towards the investment banking. From banking perspective or the institution perspective, it will open up more pool of talent, where people from different locations do not actually need to migrate to some other cities, and they can start contributing towards bank or any financial institution by being at their own houses in their natives. Corporate governance is very key factor, because as risk is growing, as there are many new things are coming up, governance and policies are getting stringent. So everything that is being done under the umbrella of banking has to be made sure that every policy, every rules and regulation that are set up by either the local governments or the regulatory bodies like RBI, SEBI, are being adhered to. And this is where corporate governance comes into picture, and this is a very key factor in today's world. Skill sets that are required for this kind of roles are analytical skills, awareness what is happening in the market. If there are new rules and regulations are coming up, what will be the implications? We have to be proactive, preempt some things and act accordingly, so that our institution, our organization, and the clients is safeguarded. IT related knowledge is very much essential. Like what we have seen now is it's all about blockchain, artificial intelligence, and whatnot. So basic, at least the one should have at least basic IT related knowledge, so that we can think of what will be the possible areas where we can be exposed to a risk. Policy related knowledge, I just mentioned about, there will be certain policies that have been introduced, like just to give an example, there was moratorium uh, announced by the government amid lockdown. There was 3 months of cooling off period, or leverage given to the uh, loan bearers, that they can hold their EMIs for 3 months and pay the EMI afterwards. So this kind of any news that is coming in, we have to be constantly in touch of news, and we have to keep ourselves upgraded and updated. As I mentioned about risk has very vast, you know, what I would say, very vast coverage here. There are different types of risk: interest rate risk, market risk. I'm sure you must have gone through all this in your academic things, but these are the actual risks that we are currently exposed to. Interest rate risk, market risk, purchasing power or inflationary risk. Nowadays, because of COVID or lockdown, is global scenario is very volatile, and we have to preempt what could be the risk, which could be the sectors that can pick up when the lockdown opens up, or which are the sectors that will still be struggling to cope up with what 2.5 or 3 months that has been lost for the business. So there are various scenarios for risk in finance that we have to manage, and any organization that will manage risk efficiently will grow, and they will get or attract more client base. There are other roles in investment banking. Technology, where software, hardware, as you know, technology support developers, UAT, automation. There are uh, various roles available now in the domain of automation, where artificial intelligence, blockchain, new technologies are coming up. Python is now a buzzword. So at least try to get some idea about what are these things, get some basic knowledge of it, so that even if you are not actually working for IT, or if you are not a IT professional, if you are dealing with clients, but you should know at least what is automation, what are the current softwares in use, because when you work on something, you will get an idea that okay, this is something where I sense that there could be a risk to me, my organization, and my client. And you can probably think of some ideas which will help to automate something, which will reduce the risk, which will help organization to save some amount of money, which will be in turn there will be profit for organization. Back office, there are some processing units, client query management, reporting, MIS. These are typical roles that were available initially. Even today, these roles are there. So this industry typically started in India around 2003, 2004, and started with some basic roles in India, which have gradually shown good progress. We have, won the confidence of global investment bankings that we are capable of processing things. We have good ownership. We have good attitude, and now slowly and steadily we are moving ahead from basic roles to more advanced and critical roles. When I say more advanced and critical roles, I'm not trying to say that any role is not so important. Any role that you perform where money is involved, where client is involved, where you have uh, institutional reputation at risk, every role is critical and equally important. But then from financial criticality perspective, we are moving towards an advanced stage where India will have more critical jobs to perform here. That is the reason I have mentioned skill sets that are required are attention to details. Every detail that you do, everything that you process, everything that goes through your desk has to be looked at very critically. Look at each and every point. Do not miss out on anything. Ownership, do anything as if it is your own business, and then you will have no barriers to grow. MS Office is normal nowadays. Everyone knows how to operate on MS Office. Accuracy and timeliness. Always think from client's perspective that if you are a client, if you have an account with an investment bank or any bank for that matter, you have your salary account. If you have raised something, you would like to get your query resolved or answered within a stipulated time. If it goes beyond that, you feel to saying that okay, this is not done, this is not my expectation from a bank. So always think that client is the one from where your salary comes. Accuracy and timeliness and attention to details are the key factors for these roles. Investment banking has typically this kind of a hierarchy, starting with analyst, associate, vice president, and managing director. Every category within themselves will have some layers. Organization will have different nomenclature for that, but this is typically how the investment banking hierarchy looks like. Analyst will typically have trainee analyst, senior analyst. Associate will have manager, senior manager. Vice president have assistant vice president, vice president, senior vice president, and so on. Organization to organization it may differ, but this is how a typical investment banking hierarchy will look like. This is how your career path should be. You should always target the next level that you're currently working in. These are the investment banks as per their market share. This data is as of 2017. These are the prime or top 10 global investment banking. JP Morgan is leading by 8.1%. Goldman Sachs, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, Citi, Credit Suisse, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, UBS, RBC Capital Markets. Now, what is important for us is out of these top 10, which are the options available for us in India? JP Morgan has offices in India. Goldman Sachs has offices in India. Bank of America Merrill Lynch has. Morgan Stanley has offices. Citi has. Credit Suisse, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, UBS. These are the options that we have currently. And out of this, if you look at, especially for Mumbai, we have JP Morgan in Mumbai. We have some part of Bank of America Merrill Lynch in Mumbai. Most of the setup is in Pune for Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Morgan Stanley has good presence in Mumbai. Citi has prominent number of roles here in Mumbai. Credit Suisse has some roles in Powai as well as Airoli. Barclays has good presence in Mumbai. They are also setting up in Pune. Deutsche Bank previously had a big setup in Mumbai, but now most of their roles are in Pune. UBS has good roles or good number of roles available in Pune. So these are the opportunities that we have in investment banking. I've just mentioned about the top 10. There are others as well, but I just mentioned about the top 10 that are available currently in India. Open to question answers.
Participants, you can raise your questions in the chat box. Sir, if anyone want to pursue a proper career in investment banking, so how he want to start preparing for it?
Uh, Very good question. So anything that we start, we have to create our base first. Any student who is pursuing currently PGDBA or what generally called as full-time MBA or part-time MBA in general terms, they have to concentrate on what knowledge they are getting right now, because that will create their base. They have to make sure that whatever knowledge they are acquiring, they are in a position to apply that in real life. So knowledge is one thing and competence is other thing. So while you are learning, you acquire knowledge, and while you perform a job or while you go out in the market, you are actually using that knowledge, which is called competence. So first and foremost, for students perspective, my first suggestion or guidance is to make sure that you utilize your time and effort to gain this knowledge, be aware of what is happening in the market, and be ready for job opportunities that will knock your door.
So is there any companies available in the market who give internship for 3 to 6 months where
Nikhil sir, I think you're on mute.
I am audible? Hello? Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So is there any companies available in the market who can provide like 3 months or 6 months of internships as associates or trainee for the students?
Yes, there are many organizations that will offer this internship programs that typically starts in the month of Jan, so that during the phase of quarter 2 that starts around April, there will be 3 months of internship provided. JP Morgan does that, even Citi does that. There are many organizations that can provide this opportunity where the actual work environment exposure will be more helpful for internship, and that will help to get a feeling of what exactly happens on the job floor, and that will add value to students.
Any suggestion as you mentioned gain knowledge in this field? Any resources?
First thing is they have to concentrate what they are learning right now. That will give them a broad idea of what field of opportunities is available. And then if they are targeting a particular field of interest, there are certain institutions available, online courses as well as classroom courses like Imarticus, Udemy. If they want to build their career in AML, anti-money laundering, there is a certification for camps. There are various certifications for specialization, like NCFM has various courses. NSC conducts those exams. There are various learning platforms available nowadays. So Imarticus is one of them. There are various technology based or domain based, product based, various curriculum or 3 months, 6 months courses are available. So basis your own understanding or basis your own area of interest, you can go ahead and search for this courses available, and make sure that you utilize your time and expand your knowledge.
There
For
is
risk
from
for risk
Darshan.
sorry.
Hello. With more than 300 companies which are said to be setting their base in India, how do you see investment of foreign companies in India growing?
Uh, this government has opened up very much entire thing for setting up jobs in India. The primary focus till now was on service industry. Now the focus of government is shifting for service industry to production industry. Amid lockdown and anti-China sentiment that has generated in global market, there is a option available for the global companies is India. India, for from governance perspective, it is trying to attract investors or companies into India that will open up billions of opportunities. We just have to make sure that we are ready to grab those opportunities. There was a news recently that UP and MP governments are already in talks with 100 of US companies who want to shift their production houses from China to India. This is an immense opportunity. If production comes in, there will be roles for finances as well. I am expecting that in coming 3 to 5 years, there will be inflow of production houses in India, which will take some time to set up. Yeah. Service industry is very easy to set up, but to set up a production industry, it takes at least 3 to 5 years because there has to be machinery, there has to be proper infrastructure developed, and then it will happen. But this is an opportunity for India, which will attract more of investments, and there will be many companies that will come to India. So we just have to be sure that we have required set of knowledge and skills, and there will be immense opportunities in India now. I'm very very positive about this outlook for India.
Okay, sir. I guess we don't have more questions right now. If participant, if you have any more queries, you can revert us on our email ID, or you can shoot that on our WhatsApp also. Thank you, sir, for and all the participants to join us in today's evening session. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you.